This is the Spartan Body Mind Podcast. I'm your host, Seth Winterhalter. Today we're talking about why would you pay for a fitness program? Why would people be compelled to pay? Why should they pay for a fitness program? I'm Seth Winterhalter. I run the Spartan Body and Mind, not only the podcast, but the free Facebook group and the Spartan program. In fact, if you're interested in looking at a paid program, a program that actually helps you get into the best shape of your life for the best reasons in your life so that you can live the life you want to live, I would encourage you to go to the Spartan program and check it out. And that's what I want to talk about today. I get people that say, well, why would I pay for something? I can just go online. I can find all the information. And you know what? You're right. Coaches do not have secrets. In fact, no one has secrets. That's to any problem that you have. If you had the discipline, you could figure out the solution to every single problem that you have. That's the beauty of really living in 2023 now, is you have Google, you have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have all of these sources that you can search and figure out how to really solve any problem that you have. The problem is not the information. The problem is the ability to do that on your own, right? Now, you may be able to glean the information, but can you also apply that information to you? I always say this: I will pay for things to be done professionally and to be done quicker than I could have done them on my own. I know that if I do it, I have a talent for it, it's going to be slower. So now it's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me frustration because I don't really know what I'm doing. I've got to learn something here. I've got to figure it out. I've got to make the mistake. So I will pay for someone to go through those mistakes for me so that then they can tell me how to get there quicker, how to get there without all the headache and the frustration. So, this is why we pay, because number one, we lie to ourselves. We don't pay because we say, well, I can do it myself. And the truth is, well, you can, but is it worth that cost? Will the cost that you expense to yourself with actual money and with actual time and with frustration and with all the other things that come with it, was that actually cheaper than just paying someone to come alongside and help you get there? That's what I'm always asking myself, right? I want to invest in things that help me save time, save frustration, and do it better than I could have done it just by myself, which is a lot. There are a lot of things, right? I just believe in personal investment. This is why I have multiple degrees. It's why I have multiple certifications. It's why I continue to invest in wisdom and insights and knowledge and relationships, is because I want to glean from the people around me who have gone through those mistakes, who have learned from failure, who have succeeded, right? That's the beauty of living the human life. That's the beauty of really this. I think that is the beauty of this global world we live in, this internet world that brings everyone closer, is that, man, the relationships that you can have now that were just not accessible before because of time and distance, now are at our fingertips. And so it's just amazing to see what the world will look like in 100 years. I believe it will be unrecognizable. Kind of like how over the last 100 years, the world has become unrecognizable with air travel and obviously the internet, but just technology over the last 100 years. If you look at someone who lived in 1900, and if they lived 100 years to 2000, I can't imagine. Growing up in the early 1900s, where still horses and carriages, dusty streets, and just a city. Think about New York City in the early 1900s comparatively to the year 2000. It is really mind-boggling. It's almost the sympathy you'd have to have for someone who experienced that transformation. The world transformed in ways it hadn't transformed in hundreds of thousands of years. And to think that now we're probably going to see that in just a couple decades. Just with AI and the way the world is moving, the way the world is so much closer now because of technology. So anyway, a little tangent there. But this idea of I can do it myself is really, talk about an old archaic idea. You are wasting time. You are wasting the ability to scale. You're wasting the opportunity to really taste much more success than you are than you're going to if you have a very simplistic, very self-centered, I'm just going to do things myself. Now, maybe you want to learn the process. Hey, that's cool too. Like I don't think coaching is for everyone in every situation. There are benefits about you learning something yourself and you going through the hard parts of the process. But for most things, if I can invest to glean from someone else, man, I want to take that as often as possible if it's a good investment. And so that's why we do this, right? Think about this. Looking at some statistics when it comes to like New Year's resolutions. It said this, that one survey said 80% of New Year's resolutions fail. In fact, that one specifically said 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February. It said, another one said 91% of New Year's resolutions in total fail. It said only 8% of people who set New Year's resolutions actually make it the entire year living out those resolutions. So in light of that, because we're in January 2023 and people are probably setting and failing at their New Year's resolutions, here are three things that I would have you consider when it comes to paying for coaching. Well, three things that a paid program specifically, would give you. And if you're looking at a program and if it doesn't give you these three things, then I would encourage you, that program might not work because maybe it's not giving you the actual things that would work. Specifically now with a fitness program. And this is what the Spartan program has, all of these three things. Number one, it's a plan. You need a plan to achieve your goals. Let me say that again. You need a specific plan, and that plan should be detailed out to achieve your goals. Here's what I think is dangerous about, specifically in the fitness community, about paid programs. Oftentimes, people will have a transformation or they will accomplish something themselves, and then they will just regurgitate that plan to others. And while that might work, it will really only work for the people that are like them in their condition, in their situation. And that's really not a whole lot of people. And so I think a real coach, the program that he or she designs is, yes, built on intuition and experience and knowledge, but it is also customized to the particular realities of their client. And so I want you, I need to listen to you and figure out, who are you trying to become? What does your life want to look like? And what level of fitness do you need to reach to be able to live that life, right? For some, they want a six-pack. For others, they don't care about a six-pack. They care about mobility. They care about strength as they age. They care about playing with their grandkids, so getting down on the floor comfortably and being able to wrestle around. They care about hiking. They care about, doing adventure sports. They care about living life to the fullest. And so they want to be fit to be able to do that. So I want to figure out, what are your goals and how do we create a plan with your nutrition and your training and activity to be able to get you to that lifestyle. That plan also needs to be realistic. This is one of the things. If someone's pitching you that you can lose more than 2 pounds of fat per week, that's just not scientifically possible over a long run, and it's also not healthy. Can you lose more fat than that? You can, but you're also going to lose muscle. It is not possible without a lot of variables that are not healthy to have you lose fat more than 2 pounds per week. This is studied. And I would even say 2 pounds per week is aggressive. You've got to really have things dialed in. And so if you want to lose 30 pounds in a month, I'm going to be like, it's not possible. You're not going to lose fat. This is where we have to, are we interested in losing weight? Or are we interested in losing fat? Because losing weight is different than losing fat. I can get you to lose weight, right? This is why if you want to look all saggy and out of shape and horrible, then I'll just deplete all the water. I'll burn through all your muscle, and I won't really care about fat. And so, yeah, I can get the scale to go down. That's easy. There's nothing easier than getting a scale to go down. But that is not what you want. Trust me. You do not want, in fact, you might not want the scale to go down at all. Like right now, I could care less about the scale. I only care about the look. And so if I stay at the same weight, couldn't care less about the scale. All I care about is the look. I need to go down in the scale because I don't think that I can at this age and with my training put on is more muscle than I have fat to lose, if that makes sense, right? I think the mathematical equation, so I can be honest with myself. I'm going to lose. I'll probably lose about 15 pounds getting to my desired picture of what I want to look like when it comes down. I probably can gain a few more pounds of muscle, but I'm also going to lose some considerable fat. So I just know that, right? I want to be realistic about my plan. So a program should have a plan. It should be a plan focused to achieve your goals. It should be realistic. It should be easy to understand. If you look at your plan and it's all like gobbledygook and theories and numbers and you can't understand it, you're not going to stick to it. So I want it to be simple and easy for you to understand, so it's easy for you to follow through. You know exactly what to eat. You know exactly how to train. You know exactly what to do. And that's why I like to build the plan with the client to go, okay, well, what's your gym? What's your, maybe you don't have a gym. Maybe you need to work out at home. Okay, well, what are the resources? What are the time? What's your schedule? I want to know about the totality of your life so I know, what's going to be realistic and what are going to be the hangups, right? That's part of a good coach too. I want to know what are going to be the excuses and the things that butt up against you, the obstacles that are going to try to derail you. Like that's what a good coach does. So that's part of building the plan. So the first thing a program gives you is a plan. The second, it gives you a path. What do I mean by a path? Well, what is a path? A path leads you to a destination, right? And so it's about, what is that goal? Like, where are you going? What is the destination we're trying to get to? Well, I want you to have a clear path. I want you to know the timeline. I want you, if you say I need to lose 100 pounds, okay, well, let's mathematically figure that out to give you a real tight timeline of what that's going to look like. So now it's not like, well, let's work together for 3 months and let's see. Let's work together for 6 months and let's see. No, like statistically, we can look at life and go, hey, it's probably, I can do a pretty detailed plan to go in light of push and then let's coast for a little bit. Let's push and let's right. I can lay out a really realistic plan to say, I believe that we could lose 100 pounds in this time and this is how we would do it. This would be the general overview, the general map of how we get right from A to Z. We might redefine that as we get into it, but realistically, this gives us some time to really push and to lose. This gives us time to back off and just rest for a couple weeks to reset. Because again, you can't just push for a year, right? It'd be so intense. And so what we need to do is 52 weeks in a year, 2 pounds a week. It gives you so you could lose, 100 and what is that? 104. 52, 104 pounds a year, scientifically, if you can lose 2 pounds per week. Well, guess what? Man, that's a lot. So let's say you can lose 100 pounds in a year and take 2 weeks off. I don't know if that's feasible, right? I don't know who would do that. Some people are driven to do that, but most people are not. And so most people would be better to go, hey, let's take a year and 3 months so that we can schedule some 2-week breathers in there around, right? Thanksgiving or Christmas okay. So it's a path. Now the path is going to tell us how we're going to get from A to Z, but it's also going to give us the waypoints, B, C, D, E. I want to be able to help you. If I just say, hey, let's stick together for a year and lose this weight and let's just see how it goes, you're not going to be very motivated. I want to break it down. Right now, we've got people going through the Spartan program, and specifically the people in there have chosen the 90-day program. So I've broken that down into 2-week sections. Like, hey, we're going to take it every 2 weeks. We're going to kind of do a check-in or a recheck and go, okay, how are we doing? What needs to be adjusted? Because I think 2 weeks is a good timeline. So it's really we're in both a 4-week, like every 4 weeks we've got kind of a chunk, but then every 2 weeks we've also got. So we're continually like there's these waypoints along the way because I don't want there to be fog. I want no darkness and no fog for my clients. I want absolute clarity, and I want things to be bright and clear for them to know exactly where we're going and how we're going to get there, and for them to know, okay, check in. We're doing good. We're on the path. So 3 things a program gives you. Why do you pay for a program? Because it gives you a plan, it gives you a path, and it gives you a people. The number one reason people fail at their New Year's resolutions is that they have no accountability and no encouragement. They're doing it alone. And again, we're humans. We're part of the human race, a civilization. We're not meant to do things alone. Alone is for losers. And I know there's a bunch of pride and I see all these things on social media. The TikToks, the Instagrams, disappear for 3 months. Go disappear for 3 months and come back and impress everybody. That sounds really awesome and sexy and cool. It's dumb. You're not going to do it. You're going to go live under a rock for 3 months and be depressed by yourself, and that's going to motivate you to go to the gym. And it's not. I broke up with my person and now I'm just going to disappear and come back even better. That sounds good. That sounds like Hollywood is what it sounds like. It sounds like Batman. And you know why there's no real Batman? Because it's a freaking movie. It's dumb. Again, it's a great movie. It's a horrible lifestyle. It's just not true. What's true is when you surround yourself with people, this is proven. Read any good business book, specifically over the last 50 years, and what's one of the number one things people say? Who you surround yourself with matters the most. If you want to achieve great things, surround yourself with people who want to achieve great things. Don't go into isolation mode. Go into people mode, specifically around people who probably aren't like the people you're hanging around with. Better people who are driven, and that's why the Spartan program, I only want people that are driven in there. If you're kind of I'll think about it. Sorry, you're going to have to find another program. This program's not for you. If you're a part of the program, I'll just give you your money back. If you're just an Eeyore in the program, I just don't think I'd ever let you in the program. I'd sniff that out real quick. I only want people who want to get after life, who go, I want to make changes. And I get it. You're going to struggle with that. It's not going to be, that's why you need the program, right? I want to build that in you. So I'm not expecting you to come in all dialed in and awesome, but I am expecting you to say, I recognize I'm not where I want to be, and I want to take action. That's why I'm on this call. That's why I'm considering this program. That's why I'm ready to invest. Yes, see, that's what driven people do. They stop making excuses and they start getting after it. And you should be surrounding yourself with people who want to do that. So they give you the accountability to stick with the new you, and they give you the encouragement. We all need to be encouraged. We all want to be patted on the back and told you can do it. And so that's why I believe the number one reason you pay for a program is the people. That's why I've really moved away. I still do one-on-one coaching. I've moved away from it predominantly, unless there's a very specific thing we can do with just a one-on-one program. It's not enjoyable for me because I want to be in community, and I don't think it's successful for you. And I've seen that with some of my clients. It's been really difficult because I'm the only motivator then, and I want you to have more motivation than just me. I want you to have a community. I want you to have people that are more in your situation, who are still in the grind. I went through it. I experienced it. I'm pouring in all of my experience so you don't have to go through the failures. You don't have to go through the trial and error that I did. But I'm on the other side of it now, right? So I want you to be around people who aren't on the other side of it, who are still in the waters that you're rowing in, so you can be encouraged and go, man, I'm not alone. If these people can do it, why can't I? I can do it too. So just encourage you. Why to pay for a program? Because you're getting a plan that, sure, you could go put together by yourself, but man, it's a lot easier when you have people who have rode those waters to help you put a realistic, easy to understand program plan together that will achieve your goals. And then a path. I want to know both through someone who's experienced it, that I'm on the path that's going to get me there. Because that's the thing. People will jump off the path. That's why New Year's resolutions fail. I don't know if it's working. It doesn't seem to be working. It's frustrating. It's hard. This path is hard. Well, of course it is. The path to success is always hard. The path to success, the path to anything worthwhile is not paved with cherries and peaches and ice cream cones. It's paved with thorns and bristles and the right shrubs that get in your way and obstacles, dragons that you have to fight. Like no movie, the Death Star is not the path of fluffy bears and whatever's. Like it's cotton candy. It's the lasers shooting at Luke and Darth Vader trying to come up on him and blow up his X-Wing. It's problematic. The journey towards Mordor, whatever I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings person. Whatever the volcano is, right, where they got to throw the ring in. The path is hard. It's filled with spiders and chaos and orcs and all these things, right? Think about it. The path to greatness is going to be difficult. And are you going to do that alone? Are you just so awesome that you can do that alone? I just want to be frank with you. If it was, then why are you still in the condition you are? If you could do it alone, then why are you still in the condition you are? Why haven't you done it? So that's why I just ask. Like, if I think you need a plan. I think you need a path, and I think you need a people. You need to row with people. Don't stop. No, there's no. If you lose the weight, no one's going to be like, oh, you only did it because you were with people. Who would say that? Only a loser would say that. You don't need losers in your life. Like, it's awesome. Like, people are going to celebrate that you did it. They're not going to be like, oh, well, you did it with a program. Boo on you, loser. Who would say that? Like, it's crazy. So, like, of course, take every advantage you can to get the results that you want. And I believe that's why we pay for programs. That's why we pay for good coaching. That's why we pay for programs that work, because they have a plan, they have a path, and they have a people. I hope that encourages you. If you're looking for a program to get you into the best shape ever, and what I mean by best shape ever isn't just physically the best. It's the best ever because it is the shape that's going to get you into the physical, mental, emotional space to get you living the best life you've ever had. That is you thriving in your vocation, you thriving in all of your relationships, you thriving in the way you want your days and your weeks and your years to happen. You being able to take vacation stress-free and just enjoy life. You being able to unwind at night without the stress, without the worry. You being able to if you want to do an adventure, if you want to go climb a mountain, if you want to do whatever you want, you're physically fit to be able to do those things. Enjoy time with your friends. Enjoy time with your children. Enjoy life. That's what I want. That's what I care about. When I say Spartan fit, it is fit to be able to tackle any endeavor you want to do in life. So if that's you, if you say, I want to become that kind of fit, I want to encourage you. Go to thespartanprogram.com, thespartanprogram.com, and look over the program, schedule a call, take action today, and let's get you into peak performance. Until next time.